Emily had always been a bit of a pessimist. She had a tendency to focus on the negative, to worry about things that were beyond her control, and to assume the worst in every situation. It wasn't that she wanted to be unhappy, but she just couldn't seem to shake the feeling that life was always out to get her. As a result, Emily's life was filled with challenges. She struggled to find a job that she enjoyed, and when she did, she constantly worried about losing it. She had trouble making friends, always assuming that people didn't like her or that they had ulterior motives. And even though she had a loving family, she often felt isolated and alone. One day, Emily was complaining to her sister about how unfair life was. "Why does everything bad always happen to me?" she asked. Her sister sighed. "Emily, it's not that life is unfair. It's just that your attitude is defining your life. If you only focus on the negative, that's all you'll see." At first, Emily was defensive. She didn't want to believe that her attitude was the problem, but the more she thought about it, the more she realized that her sister was right. She had been so focused on the negative that she was missing out on all of the good things in her life. Determined to make a change, Emily started to focus on the positive. Instead of worrying about losing her job, she started to appreciate the fact that she had one at all. Instead of assuming that people didn't like her, she started to reach out and make connections with others. And even though she still faced challenges, she started to see them as opportunities for growth instead of roadblocks to her happiness. Slowly but surely, Emily's life began to change. She started to feel more confident and fulfilled, and people responded to her positivity with kindness and support. She even started to make friends, something that she had always struggled with before. But perhaps the most significant change came in Emily's relationship with her family. She had always loved them, but she had also taken them for granted, assuming that they would always be there for her no matter what. But as she started to see the good in her own life, she also started to appreciate the good in theirs. She made an effort to spend more time with them, to show them how much she cared, and to be grateful for the moments they shared together. And when her father got sick, Emily was there for him in a way that she never would have been before. She didn't dwell on the unfairness of the situation or worry about what would happen next. Instead, she focused on being there for her dad, on making him comfortable, and on showing him how much he meant to her. And even though he passed away, Emily knew that she had been able to make his final days a little bit brighter. Looking back, Emily realized that her attitude had defined her life in more ways than she had ever realized. By focusing on the negative, she had missed out on so much of the good. But by choosing to see the positive, she had created a life that was full of joy and meaning. And even though she knew that there would still be challenges ahead, she felt confident that she could handle them with grace and optimism.